because that's the field where I originally come out from, or in other words, how to use simulations to help people, whether these are businesses, governments, non-profit organizations, and so forth, to make better decisions. So to start with, and without going much into the philosophy of science, but what's a simulation? So for us, at least internally, my team, for us a simulation is a dynamic representation of a real-life system built for a specific purpose. Important here is that it is built for a purpose. There is not one simulation that fits all. We've heard about one particular kind of simulation or a few approaches to simulations solving one problem. We have our own approach, sharing that approach with a community. This approach ultimately is called multi-agent simulation. And because the question has been raised before, I will talk about what AI means with regard to multi-agent simulations, because of course there are many different interpretations, understandings, and contexts, if you will, for which AI means something very different. The kind of multi-agent simulations we are using in our work can be also applied to technical systems, as a matter of fact, to physical systems, to biological systems. But what we are basically using it for is for a domain called social simulation. Why social? Because we're talking about our societies. It's about you, it's about us, and of course we want to, because it's a simulation based on what I've said before, a dynamic representation of a real-world system, of a real social system that captures the intricacies of real human behavior, such as individual behavior, such as group behavior, such as organizational behavior, and those kind of behaviors come with all those strings attached that makes it difficult to understand it, to observe it, to predict it, and so forth. That may be conflicting incentives, that may be the result from learning, from anticipation, strategic deliberation, and so forth. Somehow we try to pack this into our simulation, and I will briefly explain how we're doing that. So building a social simulation can be, of course, done in various ways. But there are a few points, a few steps on your way that you should probably follow if you're interested in building such a social simulation for yourself. By the way, a few people here in Zurich also practice this approach. You might know Lars-Erik Sedemann from the ETH Zurich, same place, Dirk Helbing, and so forth. By the way, actually, one of my former